Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. I am Dr. Anam Padio and we will learn the osteology of humerus today. So humerus is a long bone and it is a bone of the arm region. The humerus has an upper end, a lower end and a shaft. The upper end has a head, a lesser tubercle, greater tubercle, intertubercular sulcus and a surgical neck. The head of the humerus forms 1/3 of a sphere and it is facing medially and upwards. The head of the humerus articulates with the glenoid cavity of the scapula to form the shoulder joint. The upper end has two important features which are called as tubercles, a lesser tubercle and a greater tubercle. The head of the humerus is separated from the rest of the upper end by a neck. So this is the anatomical neck of the humerus. So the anatomical neck of the humerus separates the head from the rest of the upper end. The other important features in the upper end, there is a slight small elevation on the medial side which is called as the lesser tubercle. There is a bigger elevation on the lateral side which is called as the greater tubercle. In between the lesser and the greater tubercle, there is a sulcus which is called as intertubercular sulcus. The lesser tubercle is continuous as the medial lip and the greater tubercle has a lateral lip. The upper end of the humerus is separated from rest of the shaft of the humerus by an surgical neck. So this is the surgical neck which separates upper end from the shaft, while this is the anatomical neck which separates head from rest of the upper end. This is the shaft of the humerus and it is rounded in the upper part and it is triangular in the lower part. The humerus has three borders and three surfaces. It has an anterior border, a medial border and a lateral border. Now you can see that the anterior border begins from the lateral lip of the greater tubercle, or you can say the lateral lip of the intertubercular sulcus. So it starts from the lateral lip of the intertubercular sulcus down up to the lower end of the humerus. It is rounded in appearance. Then there is a medial border which begins from the medial epicondyle of the humerus, or you can say the medial supracondylar ridge. It runs upward. There is a lateral border on the lateral side which begins upward from the lateral supracondylar ridge. The humerus has three surfaces. This is the anterior medial surface which is present between anterior border and the medial border. Anterior lateral surface present between anterior border and the lateral border. This anterior lateral surface has a V-shaped tuberosity which is called as deltoid tuberosity. So on the deltoid tuberosity there is attachment of the deltoid muscle. Posteriorly, this surface is called as the posterior surface which is present between the medial and the lateral surface. The posterior surface has a spiral or a radial groove for the passage of the radial nerve. The lower end of the humerus is expanded to form the condyles. It has an articular surfaces and non-articular surfaces. It has a pulley-shaped trochlea which articulates with the ulna to form the elbow joint. It has a rounded head which is called as capitulum. Just above the trochlea there is a fossa which is called as the coronoid fossa, And just above the capitulum there is a fossa which is called as radial fossa. They accommodate the head of the radius when the elbow is flexed. Posteriorly, just above the trochlea, there is an olecranon fossa. This olecranon fossa accommodates the olecranon process when the elbow is extended. Okay, now the lower end also has two important elevations. On the medial side, the medial epicondyle. On the lateral side, the lateral epicondyle. And just above these epicondyles, there are elevated sharp ridges which are called as medial supracondylar ridge and the lateral supracondylar ridges. They are continuous above with the medial and the lateral borders. So this is all about the osteology. For site determination, you should remember that the head faces upward and medially. Similarly, the lower end has a trochlea on the medial side and capitulum on the lateral side. There are two fossas anteriorly, coronoid fossa and radial fossa, and there is one fossa which is lying posteriorly. Thank you dear students. Hope you like the video. Like it, share it and subscribe it. Allah Hafiz.